What's up everyone, today I'm going to talk about an invisible Frenchman who has a unique mechanic for his melee weapon, and wow, he really is a TF2 spy.
Heartwarming.
Larcin everyone! This video material will teach you about the game style of Larcin, all weapons, all expertise, all passives. Let's just start already! Part 1. Loadout. Before we begin our journey, we need to figure out which build we're going to use. Feel free to copy my build if you like it, but you can always play around with the build. Don't change the perks on epic and legendary quality, as they're very useful in the playstyle like Larcin's. Everything else could be changed as you wish. Larcin doesn't need a lot of ammo in my opinion, so there is no need to put it higher than green quality. However, he really needs an extended Intel hard drive, which should always be either green or blue. We'll get over it in the gameplay part as well. This is my personal opinion on Larcin's build, but it works pretty well and I win very often. Part 2. Playstyle. Larcin's playstyle allows you to do a bit more risky stuff without any fear of consequences. If something goes wrong, oh well, I'm out of here. Well, you get it, right? His first and third expertise allows him to literally get the fuck out. Because why worry about your enemies when you can just press F to disappear out of existence? It's simple. If you use the first expertise, become invisible, run around the corner, or jump from the balcony. It's even better if you have a prop mimic gadget and become one with nature. But then we have the third expertise, which is the same thing, plus Taco Bell. You see, Larcin ate too much Mexican food on the way to the mission, and now he really needs to use the restroom. Which causes him to move faster in exchange for all the gases he leaves behind himself. Sir, you're not allowed to be here. I will ask you to leave. The third expertise is extremely useful to safely travel to another point of the map, as you're literally invincible during it, and nothing on earth can stop you. Except gravity. This is fun, as you put yourself in the risk of being seen by anyone on the map in exchange for fast travel. Third expertise makes you play a little bit more safe, especially at the start of the game, as there are people literally everywhere. But as the match continues and more people die, you can use it more safely, and it basically becomes a direct upgrade for the first expertise. So, what about the second one? To be honest, the restriction to a specific area goes against everything I said before, so I don't use it. However, I played with it a little, and the only piece of advice I can give you is that you can jump and shoot. That's it. Some experienced players just don't care about that and will just shoot you, so it's the first and the third one are kinda better. The second piece of advice for the second expertise is don't use it. So we spoke about the expertise, then what about the passive? His first passive can be very useful if you're very unlucky and couldn't find anything useful on your journey. Finding another person and stealing their best loot can be extremely useful in some scenarios. But what makes Larcin's passive truly good is the ability to steal briefcases. So remember the part when I spoke about consequences. Larcin's playstyle allows you to do a bit more risky stuff without any fear of consequences. You see, if someone picks up the briefcase, it attaches to him that hard, the only way to remove it is to kill the guy. Right? Right? Well, no. Now you don't have to fight to death with the person who has the briefcase and basically play by his rules. I promise I'll pay you back. This, combined with his ability to easily get the fuck out, gives you a perfect character to have the ability to keep control of the game even without the briefcase. Not fully, of course. His third passive laughs at his already low damage and now it deals what? No damage? This is actually great as you can consistently steal from people without them noticing. Don't get me wrong, they'll be informed about your thief, but it doesn't make it as obvious and allows you to steal more before they, well, notice. This is my favorite clip of the third passive where I stole a bunch of items from one team and just left, while they literally shot all the guards because of me.
Now you see me, now you don't.
It's essentially a direct upgrade to the first passive if you manage your ammo correctly and don't fight with fist all that much. And what about the second one? Well, just like the expertise, it's bad. First and third passive do the exact same thing but better. If the enemy is not in melee range and he drops an item, he will just pick it up himself anyway. And Larcin is not good at long range, so why will you even try to do that? Plus, the ability to steal the briefcase is too good to just drop it out. And finally, guns. Well, they actually don't follow the same pattern as expertise and passive, as the first gun is really not that good. I can't say anything else. It's not bad, you can kill people with it, but just, you know, the second you get the second gun, just switch to that and that's it. The third is more interesting though. You see, the third weapon feels like you have actually mastered the character. Larcin's unique mechanic of throwing the gun at his enemies is not that easy to learn, and while you play on your journey to Master 9, you learn how to land it better and better, and now you're rewarded for that with truly high damage. His third gun has a very low magazine, which is good, as you can throw it more, and if you actually land the throw, it hits 20 HP on the body and 50 in the head. This is insane for a character who is not really that big of a fighter anyway. You actually need to make sure you land your throws to be efficient with his third weapon, which is very hard and very inconsistent. But oh boy, when you do land it. Overall, I'd say try not to prioritize 1v1s with Larcin and do them only if you actually have to do them and you have no choice. Switch to the second gun immediately when it unlocks, and use the third one only if you feel confident with throwing. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in damage, it does around 10 everywhere, so yeah. Part 3. I have no idea how to name part 3. Larcin is very useful in teams as his escape ability allows him to literally steal the briefcase by himself while his team camps the eliminated players or something. He can be by himself for the first part of the game and your team can pretty much secure 2 terminals simultaneously, almost risk-free for both teams. What about the evacuation? Larcin is literally made to steal the briefcases, as his invisibility literally stops the timer. Combine it with the speed boost of the first expertise, and you don't even want to leave the evacuation point when the enemy Larcin has the case. I have consistently tricked people with that and escaped without any killing like that. The only map where it doesn't work is Silver Reef as it's too small and running from point A to C is really not that big of a problem. This concludes the video. If you want to learn more tips and tricks, check out my beginner's guide or watch my full match as Larcin for more Larcin content. I will be uploading a lot more videos on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out. I hope I helped you, and I'll see you next time.